All right. So here's where they give you sentences. Okay. These are pretty cool. I kind of like these. So this is where they give you sentences, and then you turn the sentence into a statement, and then you fill in what the compound statement is. So this says, write the following compound statement in symbolic form, meaning using your P's and Q's. Ha, that's funny. And construct the truth table. So it says the rice has been cooked and the milk is cold. They said let P represent the statement the rice has been cooked, and let Q represent the statement the milk is cold. Okay, so if P is the rice has been cooked, then what is not P? Rice has not been cooked. See, does that make sense? So it's not a matter of true or false, it's what's the opposite. So if Q is the milk is cold, then you could say the milk, is not cold. Or you could say the milk is what? Hot. Same thing for the rice. The rice is not cooked. The rice has not been cooked. You can say the rice is still raw. So you see how it's just the opposite. So I just wanted to show you that real quick. So anyway, we have two letters, right? P and Q. So that means we're going to have 4 rows. So we're going to have true, true, false, false, because 2 to the second power is 4. Okay. True, false, true, false. It says the rice has been cooked and the milk is cold. The rice has been cooked and the milk is cold. So the rice has been cooked and the milk is cold. The rice has been cooked and the milk is cold. Y'all see that? The rice has been cooked and the milk is cold. The rice, and that's where our conjunction came in. And then we know that this part is P, and we know that this part is Q. Okay, easy, very easy. And so y'all know how this works, right? So P and Q, true and true, true and false, false and true, false and false. Okay, very, very easy. Very, very easy. Let's try a harder one. Not a harder one. Let's try a bigger one, because I think I had one that was a little bigger. Yes. Yeah, and then we'll do a fun one. I say it's fun. Okay, so let's try this one. It says the school is in session, or the kids are home, and I am not painting. Anytime I see a comma, I think parentheses. So when you're doing these when they give you a sentence, if you see a comma, think parentheses. So they told us that school is in session. So this is P, right? Or, right? The kids are home. The kids are home is Q. And you're like, where am I getting that from? Right here. Oh, I guess you can't see what I'm saying. Right here. They're telling us. So kids are home. That's Q. And then it says, I am not painting. Well, what do you think that looks like? If R is I am painting, I am not painting is the negation, right? Very good. So this is going to be not R. Does that make sense? Because it has the not, which is the tilde. Okay. And see, you got this and, so that's going to be the conjunction. That's our tilde. Okay, cool beans. So let's write this out. We have 3 letters, right? So since we have 3 letters, we're going to have 8 rows. We have P, Q, and R. So let's do 4 of these, 4 of these, and then 2 of each. And then 1 of each. Okay. I think y'all get the gist, right? So that's our P, that's our Q, that's our R. And if we were to write this as a sentence, it says school is in session, or the kids are home, comma. Anytime I see a comma, I'm like, okay, that's a parentheses. And I am not painting. The school is in session, or the kids are home, comma, and I am not painting. Easy peasy. Yep. Now this one, for the sake of space, since I write so big, I'm going to do the column where I'm doing each individual column. I'll make sure to number it so you can see which one I'm doing first. So, yeah, I'll just go in order from, well, looks like we need this and we need this, and then this will be our final answer because it's the combination of the two. Okay, does that make sense? Because we have to do this and this. So let's do this, and then we'll put them together. Okay, so I'll do this first part. I'll do this in blue. So this is P or Q, P or Q. So true or true, true or true, true or false, true or false, false or true, false or true, false or false, false, false or false. So I looked at these columns, okay? And I'm using or because or was in the sentence, okay? So that's what I got there. Now I'll keep using blue. Now let's do the negation, okay, of R. So we have true. The negation of true is false. That's true. False. True. False. True. False. True. Okay, so far so good. I did the negation of this column. So everything should be the opposite. Okay, cool beans. So now I have everything in this column, right? So I did this first, I did this second, and now my final answer is going to be here, okay? And we have the and, the conjunction and. So think of and I'll do that final row in gold, okay? So true and false, false, true and true, true, true and false, false, true and true, true, true and false, false, true and true, true, false and false, false, false and true, false. So this is my final answer. What do you think? Easy? I'm looking at the, yeah. So we have false, true, false, true, false, true, false, false, right? Yeah, that was pretty slick, pretty slick. Okay, now I didn't mention this before, but remember when you see a comma, think parentheses, okay? Comma, think parentheses. And that's when you'll know when to close it and when to start it. Okay, cool beans?